Did you know that over 14% of high school students have considered taking their own lives due to bullying? What if I told you that one of them was just 14 years old, humiliated in front of her peers, and left feeling completely hopeless? This is the heartbreaking story of Adriana Kuch, a bright and caring young girl whose life took a tragic turn after relentless bullying at her school. Her story has shaken an entire community and sparked urgent conversations about bullying, social media, and mental health. Adriana Kuch was born on March 11, 2008, in Toledo, Ohio. From an early age, her life was filled with challenges. Her mother passed away unexpectedly when she was just 7 years old. Despite this, Adriana's family remembers her as a bright and adventurous girl who loved bringing joy to others. Her father, Michael Kuch, an Army airborne soldier, often said she was the light of their family. Adriana was raised by her father and stepmother, Sarah Kuch, along with her siblings. She loved spending time with her family and friends. On the surface, Adriana's life seemed full of promise, but like many teenagers, she faced struggles that weren't always visible. Adriana Kuch was just 14 when she became the target of relentless bullying at Central Regional High School. For years, she endured online harassment, threats, and intimidation. But on February 1st, 2023, everything escalated. A shocking attack in the school hallway was recorded and shared online, turning her humiliation into viral content. The school's response? Minimal consequences for the attackers and no real support for Adriana. 2 days later, she was gone. While Adriana was in her 9th grade at Central Regional High School, she faced persistent online bullying from a classmate for a couple of years. The tension between them grew worse over time, and according to her father, the girl had been sending Adriana threatening messages for months. The messages escalated, making Adriana feel increasingly anxious about going to school. On February 1st, 2023, while Adriana and her boyfriend were walking together in the school hallway, a group of girls suddenly confronted her. Without warning, one of the girls threw a water bottle at Adriana, hitting her, and then escalated the situation by physically attacking her. The bully's friend stood nearby, recording the entire incident on her phone, laughing, and making no attempt to stop what was happening. Other students stood around watching but did not step in to help. Adriana's boyfriend tried to intervene, doing his best to separate her from the attackers, but he was unable to stop them entirely. The incident only lasted 50 seconds. But to Adriana, each second felt like an eternity filled with humiliation and pain. As the video of her attack spread across social media, Adriana found herself at the center of cruel jokes and online ridicule. Instead of stepping in, the school administration downplayed the attack and refused to involve law enforcement. Meanwhile, her peers continued to mock her. The weight of public humiliation and the lack of support became unbearable. Adriana sent a final text to her boyfriend, just 2 words, "Good night." Hours later, her father found her unresponsive in her bedroom. After the attack, Adriana was badly injured, covered in bruises from head to toe, and even lost consciousness multiple times. Despite how serious her injuries were, the school chose to take her to the nurse's office instead of calling an ambulance. When Adriana's father, Michael Kuch, asked the school to report the attack to the police, the superintendent, Triantafyllos Parlapanides, claimed that it wasn't school policy to involve law enforcement unless the injuries were considered severe. "We've always notified the police, but we don't always press charges. It depends on the severity of the incident." This response was shocking. What exactly did severe mean to them? Would they have acted differently if Adriana had broken bones or been hurt even worse? There were no strict consequences for the bullies. Only one of them was suspended, while the other 3 faced no punishment at all. Feeling untouchable because no one held them accountable, the bullies took things even further. They posted the video of Adriana being attacked on TikTok and Snapchat, turning her humiliation into something the entire school could see and talk about. Adriana was already struggling to process what had happened, but things only got worse when she was mocked and ridiculed by other students. For a 14-year-old child, the constant judgment and cruelty became unbearable. Feeling trapped and with no way to escape the pain, Adriana saw no other way out. Just 2 days after the incident, on the morning of February 3rd, 2023, Adriana was found unresponsive in her bedroom closet. She was wearing her favorite jacket, a small but heartbreaking detail that showed how much pain she had been hiding. Just the night before committing the unthinkable, Adriana had sent a final text to her boyfriend at exactly 10:46 p.m., simply saying, "Good night." As her family struggled to understand what had happened, Michael explained that it wasn't the physical pain from the attack that hurt Adriana the most, but the humiliation of knowing her classmates had watched, laughed, and shared the video, turning her pain into public ridicule. Getting hit in the face with the water bottle didn't hurt Adriana. What hurt Adriana was the embarrassment and humiliation. They just kept coming at her. News of Adriana's passing sent shockwaves through the community. Students and parents were outraged, demanding justice. Protests erupted, exposing a deeper, long-ignored issue. Bullying wasn't just Adriana's story. It was happening to many students. As more testimonies surfaced, the school district faced immense pressure. The superintendent's shocking comments only fueled the anger, leading to his resignation. But was it enough? News of Adriana's death spread quickly through the school, leaving everyone in shock and sorrow. Her friends were heartbroken. "I was really mad because I know she didn't just do it for no reason. She did it because of people that bullied her. She was a really nice girl. She always knew how to light up a room." It was clear that Adriana had made a positive impact, showing just how thoughtful and compassionate she truly was. Many classmates blamed the school administration, saying they failed to take bullying seriously and didn't do enough to prevent such a tragedy. I genuinely think that the problem is Central Regional. It's just the district. The school gave her no support system, and I feel like if she had that, this wouldn't have happened. Even after Adriana's passing, the school's response remained slow. 2 days later, they sent a letter to parents addressing the incident. However, many felt it was an attempt to shift focus rather than take responsibility. They didn't send out a letter until like 2 days after she died. They tried to hide it. They didn't want anyone talking about it. This tragedy didn't just affect Adriana's friends and classmates. It also deeply hurt her neighbors and the entire community. One of Adriana's neighbors shared a story about her bravery. The neighbor explained how Adriana once jumped into a pool to save their child from drowning, risking her own safety to help. "She was like a daughter to me. She was at my house almost every day." This act of kindness showed just how selfless and caring Adriana was. A similar story was shared by Lucy Frell, the mother of Jojo, a child with autism who attended the same school and grade as Adriana. Lucy spoke about the special bond Adriana had formed with Jojo while working closely with him in his classroom. Jojo's teacher shared how much he adored Adriana, mentioning her unique ability to make him feel happy and loved. Lucy recalled how Adriana would hold Jojo's hand on school trips and how his face would light up whenever she walked into the room. Her kindness and patience left a lasting impression on Jojo and his family. Lucy expressed her heartfelt gratitude, saying they were deeply thankful for the love Adriana showed to Jojo and the joy she brought into his life. Adriana's selflessness and compassion touched everyone who knew her, showing how truly extraordinary she was. Adriana's story became a rallying cry for change, exposing the deeper issues of bullying and how Central Regional High School was failing to take it seriously. In the days following the tragedy, students and parents gathered outside the school to protest. More than 200 students refused to attend their classes, demanding justice for Adriana and accountability from the school. As protests grew, parents and students began coming forward with their own stories of bullying and violence within the school. One parent shared her own heartbreaking experience, explaining how her daughter had been bullied at school. She revealed that her child was physically assaulted by other students, and despite making multiple complaints to the administration, no action was taken. "My daughter was bullied last year. I came here. I wrote letters. I demanded meetings. I filed police reports. I contacted the superintendent. Nothing changed." Feeling helpless, she ultimately decided to transfer her daughter to another school. Slowly, many videos of bullying at Central Regional High School began to surface, exposing the troubling reality of what students were enduring. More and more students came forward, sharing how their complaints about bullying were ignored by the administration, despite their pleas for help. What do you think should change to stop bullying in schools? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to hear more about the real impact of bullying, check out our next video on similar cases that shook the world.